the science guy.
Jarvis, are you there?
I'm here, sir.
I feel a feline presence. Is it what I think it is?
I highly doubt it, sir.
Oh, for a second there, I thought it was going to be Cat in the Hat.
In a world of uncertainty, where movie theaters are plagued by remakes and sequels, in a world where big-budget movies can still suck, in this world we have the Blockbuster Buster.
Greetings, fanboys and fangirls. I'm Erod and I'm the Blockbuster Buster. If there is one thing that I hate more than Scooby-Doo, are Scooby-Doo clones! Throughout the 60s, due to the unprecedented popularity of the Archie show and Scooby-Doo, Hanna-Barbera produced several cringe-worthy clones featuring a primary teenage cast. And I'm not exaggerating about the clone thing, cause all these shows had a Shaggy clone. And thus, it was during this era that the bastard child of Archie and Scooby-Doo was produced, Josie and the Pussycats. Based on the comic book by Dan DeCarlo, which was actually a humor comic for young girls that was printed under the Archie label, and would often have the Pussycats cross over with the Riverdale characters. It wasn't until they were adapted to a cartoon that they were given the redundantly annoying Scooby-Doo format, of a group of parentless bumbling kids that would travel the world and inadvertently solve mysteries. Now, while I feel that exchanging the retarded talking dog for 3 cute girls was a mass improvement, I still didn't watch the show, but I just happen to know somebody who did. Sup, pendejos? I'm a lover. You wanna know about Josie and la Gati Melódicas? I'll tell you about Josie and la Gati Melódicas. Wait. Gati Melódicas? So, in Spanish, they changed their name to Josie and the Cat Melodies? That's right, papi. Whatever, keep going. So the Gati Melódicas are like world traveling, music playing, mystery solving pussy gatos and shit? Damn, those are some pussy gatos that a lover would love to pet, pendejos. There's Josie, who's the leader, and Val, who's the smart one, and Melody, who's the stupid one, and the totally spies totally ripped them off. You spy putas have nothing on Josie. She could like write a song and outrun the bad guys and save the world while you 3 putas are still at home doing your makeup and shit. And they also have a Shaggy clone and a Fred clone, and Josie and her nemesis Alexandra are always fighting over him. 2 mamacitas would never have to fight over a lover cause a lover loves all the mamacitas, even if you have crazy skunk hair and shit. And then when the show was cancelled, Josie went to NASA and became an astronaut and shit, and she went into outer space. Wait, hold on. So in the second series, they go to outer space. That's right, papi. Josie can do anything. You know what? Screw it. Let's just jump into the review. So our movie begins with a lame-ass boy band named Du Jour at an airport performing their latest single, Backdoor Lover. Too easy. Actually, it's pretty catchy. Well, if you can't beat them.
I'm your backdoor lover.
After their performance, they board their private plane and are on their way to their next gig. And Seth Green? Donald Faison? Breckin Meyer? Whoa, those guys are pretty funny, and nobody can hit a wall quite like Breckin Meyer. This should be good.
Why come my limited edition cocaine has me with a goatee when everybody knows I shaved into a soul patch for the Don't Tell Your Papa video?
You remember in the what video I established the face? Well, ever since then, every time you see Marco, he's doing the face.
I wish your plane would crash. And I wish that Sarah Michelle Gellar would come by to pick me up in a time-traveling DeLorean. Well, you can't blame me for trying. So finally, we meet the Pussycats through a rock and roll montage. We have Josie, played by Rachel Lee Cook. We have Val, played by Rosario Dawson. And Melody, played by Tara Reid. But Melody's a complete idiot, and Tara Reid is... You know what? Never mind. Perfect casting. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't actually read the whole sign. Awkward. There's also their Fred clone, their Shaggy clone, and Josie's rival, Alexandra, played by Missy Pyle. As it turns out, this is a prequel to the cartoon, as the Pussycats haven't been discovered yet, and they are reduced to playing low-profile gigs at bowling alleys and such. After their gig, they are confronted by the Ashleys.
Look! Skanky had a rock show and nobody came.
Hey, did you guys all coordinate before you left the house, or are you wearing the same thing by accident?
At least we're not wearing stupid bunny ears.
Man, leave it to the Ashleys to come up with a new way to diss everyone. Yeah, just when you think their stupid slam scams couldn't get any stupider, they come up with the stupidest one yet. I mean, it's just stupid.
So after the hoedown put-down, Josie contemplates changing the Pussycats' image when, oh, it's the Fred clone. He will be our Fry for this movie. No, not that kind of Fry. I'm talking about a forced romantic interest.
The, truck died. Josie, did I bust the carburetor? Oh,
God, this is boring. I need a du jour break.
I'm your backdoor lover. Coming from behind with a light backdoor lover. Just you.
After which, the Pussycats confront their manager, Shaggy Clone, about their recent lackluster gigs.
I hope you don't think that this makes up for you missing our gig.
Sure, we didn't miss much. Nice management skills, brother. Build yourself a nice fat girl group.
Hey, Harmony, if you need to borrow my might, I'll just ask.
Hey, honey, I'm running a management company here. I can't be everywhere at once.
Oh, wouldn't that be cool, though, if you could? I could be here and in there. And I could be in the living room and in the family room and over here.
Is this supposed to be funny? Ah, fuck it. Let's just go see what the bad guys are doing. So as it turns out, the Jour's manager, played by Alan Cumming, is part of a huge conspiracy to put subliminal messages in popular music, to get kids to buy whatever products the government wants them to buy. When the Jour got too close to figuring this out, he had them killed, and now needs a new band to take the Jour's place. Apparently, not only has this conspiracy been going on since the 50s, but they are also going as far as kidnapping goth, punk, and emo kids who are apparently immune to the subliminal messages and brainwashing them into liking the bubblegum pop music which contains them. I wonder who else got brainwashed into liking that kind of music.
Love again, what am I gonna tell my friends? It just happened. You walked in my door, and now I don't wanna be alone no more. Oops, I've done it. Told you how I feel. Just hope this time that our love is real.
Wow, a corporation that subliminally tells kids what's cool and what music to listen to? Thank God we don't have one of those in real life. Sick of waiting for the Shaggy Clone to book them on better gigs, the Pussycats take matters into their own hands and decide to play on the sidewalk unplugged.
Oh, hey! What do you think you're doing? You can't play here. I've got things to sell. They're new.
Wait, so you think that having 3 cute girls in front of your store would be bad for business? Dude, have you ever gone to a car show? As the Pussycats run from the angry store owner, they are spotted by Alan Cumming. Okay, that's pretty funny. Alan Cumming quickly gets them to sign a contract, and the band is well on their way to... Wait a minute. Alexandra's going with them?
You know what? I still don't understand why you're here.
That's a really good question.
I'm here because I was in the comic book.
What?
Nothing.
Was that a meta joke? Who wrote this, Phaelus? Well, I guess those G1 Transformers toys don't buy themselves. During their plane ride to fame, the girls swear on their bus passes that they will be friends forever. You're swearing on your bus passes that you will be friends forever. Pfft, Lame. What you should do is get matching rings. That would be badass.
It's the best friends forever, best friends forever. Sing.
So Alan Cumming starts making changes to the band, which make Val feel insecure.
Got our name wrong. We're not Josie and the Pussycats, we're just the Pussycats.
Oh, no. Josie's the singer the public needs someone out front to identify with. Oh, trust me, our studies have shown that bands that have the word "and" in the title sell twice as many records as those that don't.
But what about the Beatles? Or the Rolling Stones? Or the Backstreet?
Yes. Whoa. Did you just list off the Backstreet Boys among two of the greatest bands in music history? That would be like me claiming that I'm gonna list off the greatest superheroes in history and I list off Superman, Spider-Man, and Booger Man. Yeah, he's just as good as those other two. Anywho, we finally get to meet the mastermind behind the musical conspiracy, Fiona, played by Parker Posey. Well, at least this role will have some dignity.
Operation Big Concert.
Come on, girls, sit down, we'll gossip.
Why do you have pepperoni on your chest? Why does that... Ugh. Guys, I swear that I've seen several movies in which Parker Posey plays characters that are both appealing and very funny. It is only through a cruel coincidence of fate that she ends up playing these terrible characters in these terrible movies that I review. I just hope that by now she has confronted her manager about this. Within the span of 1 week, the Pussycats top the charts. Val is the first one to grow suspicious, so Fiona decides to kill her and Melody, and have Josie go solo, Beyonce style. Wait. I understand why they want to kill Val. After all, she could potentially ruin their plans. But why do they want to kill Melody?
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
You know what? Never mind. She won't be missed. As they try to create a rift between the girls, they begin showering Josie with lavish gifts, like expensive dresses and oh, damn it!
Is that a good wow or a bad wow?
Oh, no, it's good, wow. It's a...
Ugh, this is so boring!
Thanks.
Du jour.
I'm your backdoor lover.
Meanwhile, Val and Melody go to what they think is an interview, but in reality it's a death trap, where they will meet their demise at the hands of their assassins, comedian Aries Spears and TRL host Carson Daly. I can't make this shit up.
This is not Total Request Live. It's more like Total Request Dead.
Yeah, you see, ladies, we've only got one request today.
And that's to kill you.
When they wrote this movie, were they actually writing a screenplay, or were they playing Mad Libs?
You told me if I see you, I want them Josie girls dead, right? To get on my nerves, I want them dead. You know who's funny? Bill Cosby. And he's gonna...
What the shit is this? I know that Aries Spears is a master impersonator, but when his impersonations are taken out of context, they just turn into stupid, annoying waste of his talent. Oh look, they easily escape the comedian and the MTV host. Shock and awe! Meanwhile, Alan Cumming tricks Josie into listening to one of his brainwashing discs, which apparently turns her into a stone-cold bitch.
Okay, so if we're all doing equal amounts of work, why isn't the band called Valerie and the Pussycats?
I knew it. You've been thinking this the whole time.
Wait, Val fell for it? So you're telling me that just by the mere fact that they got way too famous way too fast, she could tell that something fishy was going on, but now that her best friend, who she has known all her life, is acting completely against character, that doesn't raise any alarms?
Hey, Val. Who's a rock star? Who's a rock star?
You're stupid.
Melody's gonna cry. What's the matter, Snuggle Bunny? Finally realizing the world isn't all sunshine and rainbows? Stop it. Not everyone gets a happy ending, Muffin. Stop it. And do you want to know what else? Puppies turn into dogs who get old and die.
Rachel Lee Cook, you're a great actor and all, but you are terrible at playing a bitch. Let the master show you how it's done.
Look, I
I'm sorry about...
If your supreme klutziness out there today takes me out of the running, you're gonna be so very beyond sorry. Have a nice day.
So now that the Pussycats have split and Josie's under her control, Fiona plans to gain control of a wider audience by tricking concert viewers into wearing 3D headsets that will permanently brainwash them. Oh my god! They're going to trick people into spending money on a stupid gimmick that they technically don't need to enjoy a certain type of entertainment? Diabolical! So after dissing her friends, Josie gets snapped back to normal by, and I kid you not, her fucking bus pass. She treated Val like shit, and she even made Melody cry, but it wasn't until she saw this flat piece of plastic that she snapped out of it.
Dumb, dumb, dumb.
So even though Josie's back to normal, Fiona's still going to have her perform at the World Brainwashing Concert, and she's going to coerce her into doing so by threatening to kill the other two Pussycats. Of course, Josie responds to this serious threat with shenanigans! Let me guess, you're going to defeat the bad guys with some cutesy-wootsy Home Alone trick. Holy shit! That was awesome! But I have to ask, why in the fuck didn't you do that when they were trying to kidnap you earlier, and when Carson Daly and Eric Spears were trying to kill you? I swear, it's dumbasses in distress in reverse.
Enough with the kidnapping!
Boosh!
So the bad guys are defeated, but the conspiracy is still in effect.
We found that subliminal messages work much better in movies. Josie and the Pussycats is the best movie ever.
That's okay, the Pussycats will put a stop to— Nope! They play now, because doing a concert for a bunch of people who were hypnotized into attending is far more important than stopping a mass conspiracy. Not that I miss him, but where was the Fry when all the fighting was going on?
I love you!
Wow, that is the most half-assed bullshit that I have ever seen. Who in their right mind would think that that was the best way to end that subplot? Talk to me, baby. What? You're saying you got to the end of the movie and you forgot to shoot the conclusion to your romantic subplot? I got it. We mashed both scenes together. We have the kid proclaim his love to her from the audience. Not hip enough for you? We'll throw in a mosh pit. Even though there's no music going, there's no reason to keep the mosh pit going. His love for her will keep that mosh pit going all the way to the end. We'll throw in some slapstick stupid humor and we're good to go. Thank you, DB. I look forward to tasting that champagne. Still, I can't help but wonder what Fiona was gonna brainwash everybody in the world into doing. Was she gonna create her own free workforce or her own private army?
Fiona is the most jerkin' girl in the world. Everybody loves Fiona. She's got the best hair and the most awesome clothes. And she's so thin. I know I want to be just like Fiona.
That's the secret message that you wanted to send out?
If you excuse me, I'm gonna go get myself some pie. This movie's a colossal cantankerous catastrophe, even though I will admit that there are a lot of good actors in this movie, and that even Tara Reid was casted appropriately.
That's better.
I still didn't feel like the actors were used to their full potential. In fact, a lot of this movie just seems lazy and half-assed. Like Val doubting Josie without any motivation, or no real authority figures taking notice of the worldwide threat. It just doesn't make sense. I usually don't poke fun at the cinematography, but this is yet another area where I feel they cut corners, as there are several scenes that consist of a single static shot with no cuts, no shot design, and the actors just talking. It's really sad when a crappy internet video produced on a shoestring budget has better shot design than a professional Hollywood movie. I do sympathize with the producers of the film for modernizing Josie and the Pussycats. After all, the original comic was meant to appeal to the youth of that era, so it makes perfect sense to modernize the characters so they will appeal to the youth of today. But I still feel that this movie's major flaw is that it openly makes fun of the audience it was initially trying to appeal to. They went out of their way to turn a 60s cartoon rock band into everything that would subliminally appeal to the tweens of today. And then they openly chastised the tweens and labeled them as brainless sheep.
Live for these pink shoes. Yeah, they are so much cooler than our red shoes. You guys, pink is the new red.
And they meta-referenced the shit out of the concept of subliminal messaging, which frankly ends up sending a mixed message. Lastly, if you watched this movie and it left you with an empty feeling inside, I can explain that very easily. The reason for that is that the characters achieve nothing. Yes, Josie gets together with her man in the end, but technically, she really didn't have anything stopping her from doing so, so you knew that that was going to happen no matter what. They don't really end the brainwashing scheme either. That's still happening at the end of the movie. Nobody rescued the goth kids, and they technically didn't succeed as musicians since everyone was hypnotized into liking them. And after the hypnotic effect has worn off, we are never shown any evidence of the Pussycats selling more records or going on another concert tour. When they play at the end of the movie for the unhypnotized audience, it's not bad, but it's not impressive either. From what I've heard, the three main girls actually went through the trouble of learning to play their instruments, so this was the perfect opportunity to showcase that, to show us that the Pussycats belong on that stage whether the audience is hypnotized or not, and to really blow our socks off, like this. Yeah, now those are my kind of Pussycats. So that was one busted, thousands more to go. I'm E-Rod, and I'm the Blockbuster Buster.
Josie and the Pussycats, long tails and ears to have, guitars and sharps and flats, neat, sweet, or groovy songs, you're invited, come along. Hurry, hurry, see all the pleasure, or maybe trance. We could be a ninja or the chance.
Check out my website, suckers!
Holy moly free holy! I figured out who the hooded man is! It's...